Thanks, Brian. Hopefully your morning chores are all finished and you're sipping coffee with Mama. Just playing around in the morning up north. Yeah. Beautiful day up here. I think we'll both have great weather for the next at least 20 hours. Thank you, everybody who's watching. This is everybody's hardest part of the day. Well, man, if you got a plan on attacking it, hopefully you're not getting rain down there or bad weather or nothing. We're good for, like I said, for about 20 hours. I think our stuff's coming tomorrow. So it's sip some coffee for me. Everybody's sleeping at the house. I was just knocking out some chores and having some fun. Good vibes in the morning myself. And these little guys are eating my leg. We're gonna do our garden today. That's the only thing I got planned. Especially before it rains. Time to catfish. Let's see if we can get any cats out here catfishing. I heard. Amen to that. The list never ends for guys like us. Like I said, hope this is the hardest part of your morning right now. That hot coffee and good vibes, brother. Good vibes. Guess the fish ain't biting today. There's nobody coming out this ice hole. Got a lurker. Thank you for everybody who's checking us out. Oh man, tilling. Hope it goes nice and smooth and no breakdowns. Yeah, the boss has got a new gig, so our garden's be a little light this year, but we do need a can. Salsa and tomatoes and stuff like that. So, I think normally we get about 25 Roma plants and like beefsteaks and cherry tomatoes and stuff. So this year I think we only got about 12, and then like a couple of each cherry tomatoes or grape tomatoes to just eat ourselves and stuff. So. Thank you everybody for checking in. That sounds like a good. Your garden is always good. The harvest time is always tough, but the bounty is worth it. So lots of canning and great food. You don't need any toys when you got a Tide box. Best cat toys around. Box. Or guy's leg. Yeah, that's for sure. Definitely reap that one dry. Thank you, everybody, for stopping in, hanging out with us. Just chilling the good vibes. Got a melee going on over there. I got my Bluetooth rocking some royalty free music. So so yeah, it's as I'm sitting in the garage. The kittens have taken over my garage, but luckily we fit the one car in the garage. So yeah, I just playing royalty free music and we're going at it. The way my shift is, I'm off for a couple days. I'd like to actually get. It's supposed to rain though, which sucks. But I'd like to get in the wood yard and cut some more wood and stuff like that. But we'll see how that plays out in this week. We'll see. But the way the shift is, like I said, I'm off for a couple of days. And the weather's freaking great. Like next weekend, I'm working, but it's gonna be 80 up this way. I'm sure it'll be that way close to you, or you might even be there earlier this week. But I'd like to run the chainsaws and start splitting and stacking wood. Even with the chickens, though, you walk outside in my grass and you get ticks all over you. Thank you, everybody. I'm I'm like Homer Simpson. I operate power plants, aka I guess the technical term is a stationary engineer. But I run gas turbine power plants. I would work coal, but fortunately in my professional life, all I've had to deal with is gas turbines. Some of them are dual fuel, diesel and natural gas. Yeah, I've lived all over the country chasing power. It's been a good profession. Got in it in '98, May of '98. And I believe in the Lord works in mysterious ways. I met the right person at the right time and rolled with it. I road race motorcycles a little bit too, but I'd like to get back in that. And you would think that living in Illinois, you wouldn't have jack over there, but I had 8 racetracks that I would frequent, racing the different bikes I had and stuff. That was just an expensive hobby, and I'd like to get my kids to the track where it's safe with our bikes. But yeah. Thank you, everybody, for checking in. Yeah, no problem, man. Thanks for asking. Yeah, we went from Illinois to Michigan. Michigan, like being in Illinois in person, like the house prices were expensive and stuff. And I moved out in '08. I moved to Michigan in '08, and I overbought for the area up in Michigan. But that was, we moved into 10 acres and we loved every second of it. And then always been vacationing in Florida as a kid with my parents. And so I was like, oh, Florida would be a great place to go. And yeah, it'd be great if it was just the wife and I, but we lived in Jacksonville, Florida, and it was horrible for the kids. I mean, my high school, because I lived in a bigger area, was about 5,000 kids in the whole school from freshmen to seniors. They had that in the kids' grade school down in Jacksonville. Like, we were close to a couple military bases, so like a lot of that stuff in there, and then just from the population, it was horrible. Like, it was just real horrible down there. And a friend of mine that I worked with in Illinois is like, yo, they're building the plant out here in the Dakotas, and the rest is history. So the boss is like, we need to move, and just because Florida wasn't doing it good for the kids, like schooling wise and stuff like that. So, and then the rest is history. I commissioned a plant in Florida, and then I commissioned the place I work at here in South Dakota. So it was pretty awesome. Resume is pretty strong, with the power industry. If I ever needed work, I'm sure I could find it, but I don't. Hopefully, we ain't moving. The boss always tells me I got one more move if we really need to, but life's good. So now I just like to be chilling at home and work on the yard. So hopefully, I can get some. We can all get some stuff to just do what we want to do. I'd love to not punch a clock, and just do stuff like this and spend time with my kids. But yeah, shift work is awesome. I'm off till Friday, and it's not vacation, it's just shift work. So, but I work swing shifts, so it's nights and days in the power industry. We always need our lights on 24/7. Oh yeah, this 20 years ago, you would ask me. I just knew in the Dakotas they had some heads. This has been the best place. People are great. The area is great. It's crazy though how much land freaking costs. Nuts how much land costs. If I would have known this, that I would end up here when I first started in the power industry, I'd have been buying as much land as I could over here. If we had that glass bubble. But it's freaking nuts over here. I'm sure you watch auctions and stuff like that. It's just crazy how expensive everything is. It is. But I would never want to do a 9 to 5 no more, man. I've been swing shift since '98, and it's like I like my days off, man. This place is the only place with a DuPont, like a variation of the DuPont. So I used to work just 4 weeks, right? Your rotation was 4-week rotation, and every 1 week out of the month you would have 7 days off. And so I've worked 7 on, 7 off, which is my favorite schedule. But so the DuPont is, you can look that up on Google, and you can get a variation of it. It's like a 3, 4, 4, 3, 7 off, and then back to the start of the rotation type of thing. So this is the only place that's had a relief week, so I got a 5-week rotation. And yeah, if I ever move again, I don't really want to do it. It's easy to burn vacation up because it's easier, but it's on my fifth part of the rotation, my long break is off is only 6 days, and only I say, but it's just I prefer the week off, man. So with this 5-week rotation, I get maybe 5 months off the year if you look at it like that. Where in a standard DuPont, you get half the year off, so because I'm working swing shift. But anybody in the ethanol plants and stuff like that, they could get into this industry, the power industry. It's a nice transition over and stuff like that. But there's like little kidding around that they might build a unit 2 at my place, which would be sick. I hope we do. It would suck to work for a year straight, but I'd be like you, debt free in my house. I'd pay my house off and stuff, and that would be amazing. Appreciate everybody stopping in, too. Thank you very much, everybody. Love you all. Hope this is the hardest part of the day. When I go down by your way, like on the way, I think from you to Kansas, there's a little race car track on the west side of the road of 29 there, and that's probably like my closest place to hit. I think Brainerd's close, within 5 hours and stuff, for if I wanted to take the kids to the track or get myself to the track. But to get a new. I got to get a new bike. My 05's a little hard on parts just because it's a little older. And you think 05's not that bad, but to find what I need for certain things, I'd like to get a newer one, but you know how that is. Our money trees, yeah, it's just the way it is. Gonna see any family coming over this weekend for grilling or anything like that? And you hang with any of the loved ones? Hey, deal. Yeah, I got a couple of orange. There's the mother of these guys right there. She's just hanging out. Hopefully, you get to hit some steel today for us both. We were plinking with the new single 6 yesterday. I got to get back up today. My youngest son wants to shoot it because he had to work last night. So hopefully, we'll be hitting some steel later too. We got a garden build to do. We got to put our garden in though. They're great little mousers, and thanks for checking in too. That's a great thing, great problem to have, right? Great problem to have. I know you retired. I know you paid your house off a few years ago and stuff like that and you were like sort of moonlighting at hobbies and getting some side stuff just when you could. So that's exciting, man. It'd be great to get a couple grand slams for both of us and just get some UT AdSense money. We could all dream, right? I'm just a starving artist having fun. Yeah, I like scrapping too. I go to Marshall to turn my scrap, and they pay the best and stuff. It's about 50 miles or so to my east. We do. Let's pan out. Time out from the cats here. This is my steeds in the garage here. My son has a 24 Street Guide, and it's beautiful. It's a little dusty, but unfortunately, my son's growing up a little bit, so this thing's got 2,000 miles on it. And as I drop it because I'm on the wrong side, that would be sucky for me. It'd be my luck. Let's check this out real quick. Sorry about the phone, guys. Yeah, it's a beautiful bike, man. I mean, so this is a 24 with like 2,000 miles on it. How the hell am I doing here? Normally it kicks on when I move it. Morning bikes. Hopefully, amen to that. Yeah, hopefully you, oh, he must got his key in the house. Oh, yeah, he pulled the key out when he was riding it because the middle son keeps trying to steal it. So no wonder why the lights flash at me. I was moving this around, and so I can't show you the miles, but we got 2,000 miles on it. So, but he wants to buy a house, and so he might be selling this bike and stuff. So I figured I'd show the miles, but it's a great bike, man. Love everything about it. Runs really good and stuff like that. So you wouldn't be upset with your full dresser there and stuff. CA. Oops, hold on, guys. So I'm trying to pan these things. Yeah, the Ultra would be a nice bike. Because I'm a dad, and when he was looking at this, they had a CVO there, and I was like, yo, you live at home. Just frickin' get the CVO, man. I mean, so what, dude? I don't charge rent and stuff like that. And but they sold it, so thank God they sold it because I might have had him talked into a CVO. But yeah. So yeah, you would definitely be very happy with the new chopper. Be happy. Yeah, roofs suck, Rye. Roofs suck. So this is my old girl, like I said, road race and stuff. This bike I've never been in the track, but I had to replace the fairing stay, and I had an issue in Florida with it, which I can't mimic. I've been trying to mimic it and stuff, but the fairing stay was just getting too bad, so I swapped that out. And one of the goals after we frickin' I've got to clean some stuff on it. I want to clean the radiator with some dish soap and stuff like that because, as you can tell, the forks are blasted, and I just got to sit around and do it. And but I had the issue I had. The bike shut off on me, and I need to mimic it because I can't have a bike that just cuts out, and I couldn't figure out why. And when we were in Florida, I limped it home, but I couldn't mimic it, and it hasn't done it since I've been home. We've been beating on it and doing our things, so I got to just have to clean the crap out of the radiator and do my plastics and stuff because you can tell I just ride and I don't take care of the plastics. Everything inside though is perfect except for this issue. I've never had any issues up to that one specific spot with the 1,000. So I gotta get it. I gotta figure that out, but I don't understand where it is and stuff. And like I said, I needed to mimic it to get it to work. Yeah. I raced for CCS, and we were my last bike was the 07 ZX6R and stuff. So I'm working on trying to get a new one with the boss job. I might get one to get all the stuff on it so I can take the boys to the track and stuff like that. Take the whole family to the track. That's why I was leading on there. I put a new battery in last year, but that's the easiest fix bikes, and easiest test. And I checked it with the voltage regulator, and everything checked out. But yeah, it could have been the voltage regulator causing that. And we were in Florida, right? And I always run tenders on the stuff. And but I was down there in Daytona for like 6 days, and I wouldn't think it was. We were riding it every freaking day, all day, and stuff like that. So that's where I was hoping. I just was hoping to get it to mimic it. So I've been leaving it off the tender, and it starts right up and no issues. But that's everything I see with the Suzukis is always like the voltage regulator and stuff like that. So that's the next thing. I just, like I said, I'd like to mimic it and stuff just to do it. And I found in the book you got to make this special pigtail, and I should be able to hook it to a computer to read up on it, but I haven't made the freaking pigtail, figure out how to make the pigtail. It's on the short list. It's on the bottom of the long list of crap to do. So we're gonna get it back together though, and beat on it some more. And I ain't going to Chicago, with this sucker or anything like that right now until I figured it out, or hopefully we just persuade the boss to let me get a 25. That's on the list. We'll see if that happens and stuff. Hell yeah, we duct tape. I've rode like this. That's no problem. Don't give a 0F. We were shaking. We were going to Road America, and my buddy had to work, so I had to take his ZX6 out in full race trim, and I ripped around Chi-Town a little bit with it for 45 minutes, just doing nefarious activities. And yeah, had some stuff happen there and made it home, and the bike was good to go. That's all I'm going to say about that, Apples. No comments. Look at these great little cats. They're so great. Yo, man, is it raining on their bikes? Did you get any rain your way? Yeah, I'll have to. It looked like it was a pigtail on the jumper thing to try to code, so I haven't got that far on it. Just a couple little bit of research and stuff, and but I need to. I'd love to play code and get it to flash again. Like I said, I thought I had it on camera. Oh, that sucks, man. Hopefully you don't it doesn't get crazy and knock trees down or like lose your power. Hopefully it just rains and stuff your way. But they like I thought I had it on camera, but being I had the frame rate too much on the camera, I couldn't catch the code very well, like the blinks and stuff. So, and like I said, the damn thing hasn't done it since I've been home. So, I'm with you. I think that thanks hitting steel. Hopefully, you actually hit some steel this weekend for us all. Yeah, God bless, brother. Thanks, man, for checking in. And so it just hasn't mimicked it. Like I said, I leave it off, and the kids have been driving the heck out of it before I had to take this fairing off. It was shaking too much. I didn't want to break nothing, so that's on the goal to put this 1,000 back together after I do a little bit of cleaning on it, and I keep shaking it down and do it like you said and stuff. Try to figure out that jumper to get the code to go, or maybe just get a voltage regulator off the net, or and a new battery or something. Just even though the battery's not that old. Playing too hard. I'm very weak in electrical. I can give you my motor to work on. My engine builder would build that stuff, but I'm more of the rider and bolt-ons, suspension work and stuff like that. I could do. I just lazy because when blew the forks out on this thing, we were in the old house, and there's no freaking way I was working in that garage, but race tech, you can't get the right spring rate for that thing. It's hard to find out with it. So that's like just put the guts back in it, and make it not leak, and let's get a freaking 25. So I've been sweating the boss real hard. So I'd rather do everything to the 25, bolt-ons and Ohlins front and rear. Get the race tech for my weight because I'm a fat bald dude. Homer Simpson and Al Bundy all mixed in one. And the quick shifters are bad to the bone. I like all the new trick stuff on it. That's sort of why I want it. And they the warranty says you can do everything without as long as you don't split the motor. And I'm not building no big bikes no more. The turbo bike at Jockey was freaking sick, and then my bike, my 01, had a freaking big motor in it. And when they ran, dude, you know how it is. It was fun as fudge, dude. And but when they blew up, I was always having to take them to the shop. I need to sit around with some guy, somebody like you with the motor. And I could have did my engine builder, but I was too busy, so I could never worked on the magic skills of what you did, like to your son-in-law's transmission. I got one for $13,500, brand new out the door, and the warranty's $2,500, man, for a plain Jane non-R Gixxer 1000. I got to go to O'Fallon, Illinois. They had it before Bike Week, and I was trying to get it before Bike Week so I could have 2 Gixxers down there. And yes, it's money, dude, but I should buy a tractor. But come on, man, it's tough, dude. It's tough. Priorities. I want to go play with the family and stuff, and not do my chores right now. But yeah, realistically, a tractor would be more advantageous to do chores around the house and stuff like that. It's all pipe dreams, man. I live every day and I look at that stuff every day, and it's like, golly. And then if you get a new damn bike, all the bolt-ons are like 7 G's to get everything you need. It's like, golly. But I wouldn't do any of that right off the bat. I wouldn't. I would take it to the track the way it sits, and for a little bit just for track days. Yeah, your tractor is beautiful, man. And yes, I need one. It's on the list. That's on the short list, but that's like a year away. I'd like to pay my car off. I got a little bit left on the car and a Mama's Yukon and stuff before I bought a tractor. We need them in our area. I was hoping my dump truck would have sold, and I'm about to put plates back on it so I could do some hauling. the way the price point of the dump truck is that it's if I plates are a G note for that thing, and I'm only hauling for myself, and sometimes I moonlight for Apex a little bit, and he always tells me to come and moonlight, but with the girls' gymnastics schedule, like it's just crazy, man. I don't got enough time in the day, so. And if I put the plates on it where the price point is, I'm just giving it away. So that's why I was hoping it would have popped off and I would have dumped her, took the money and invested it in some things, and went from there. Are these dogs? Yeah, they are. They're they're attack puppies. Yo, Gov deals. I'll hit you up with a link when I'm on the computer. Check them out, man. That's where I bought this one from. Craigslist, you could look, and then obviously Face Crack Marketplace. But auction time, if you're not afraid to travel, which I don't think you are. I think you travel wherever you got to do. Auction time, Purple Waves in all our areas, and like Gov Deals is where I bought this dump truck from in 2020. And the thing with the government ones is sometimes you can't go look at them in person, where like auction time and Purple Wave, you could definitely go and check them out and stuff. And it sucks with COVID, and God bless to you too, thank you. It sucks with COVID that the price point on these trucks is like almost doubled, and they're not getting no better. Like my girl's an old runner, and if you frickin' like I don't push it, like my old Power Stroke, I don't push it. Power Stroke's great though, but the dump truck's just a runner, and if you don't overwork her, she runs great. So, and that's all I'm looking for. The gravel pits are about 15 miles away. The big one where I get crushed asphalt. I like your driveway, man. I'd like to have that stuff. I don't have any of those right now. I got pink rock, whatever. I think that's limestone that I can get, and they want a ton. The place that sells the limestone freaking wants an arm and a leg. I just get the crushed asphalt. Last year it was like $9 a yard for it, and stuff. So I'd like most of the time I just like bother Apex when I want a big load, and he comes over with the side dump. But yeah, if you could, like I said, I'll leave a comment on one of the vids, brother, and you could check them out, man. I surf it all the time for deals and stuff like that. It's well worth it. Looking at some of the auction sites. My first one I got off of Craigslist, the single axle I had, and I had to drive to Milwaukee, Wisconsin for it. And the thing, I found out later on that they like you to disconnect the PTO from the frickin' pump, at least on that era one that I had. I could only do 42 miles an hour. That was a punishing long drive home to the Dakotas from Madison, Wisconsin with that baby. It ran great, but it only did 42. The boss and I had to pull over twice to take naps in the car. It was when we got to Slough Falls, I was like, go home, man. I'll see you in a bit. It was comical. 42. Like, and after the fact, reading on like some of the forums and stuff, I could have disconnected that. That's something I wasn't gonna do on the fly like that. If I knew I was gonna use it where I go better, I would. But yeah, 42, dude. I was barely legal on the interstate. It was rough. Truck ran good though. Like once you got it home, it'd be perfect. Little single axle. It was awesome. And then in my area, so I don't have my CDL, which is whatever, and I'm pissed at myself before I didn't get it before COVID, but I didn't have a truck. I would have had to borrow my friends, and they would have let me. But I can go 200 miles, 150 miles without having a CDL from my location because of farm stuff. So it works out really well. So instead of spending big money on the CDL, and I had a little bit of room left on the RPMs for sure, but yeah, so I could do it around here, which is great. And for me, the dump truck saves me. I went and got wood with the thing, and a lot of the guys that where I go pick the wood up got tractors like you or like equipment, and I'll fill the back of the dump truck up, and it's freaking. There's a couple loads, it's freaking awesome. But yeah, just like I said, I hit you up with the auction stuff, but look on Face Crack, and at least with Face Crack and Craigslist, you could freaking go look at them in person when you're slow. Everybody should have a dump truck at the house. Oh man, raining your way. Is it supposed to storm for the next couple? Today's our good day, and I'm supposed to get some weather for the next 2, so we're gonna try to put the garden in before it rains. Yo, man, my money tree's on one stick, brother. That's all I do. I window shop all day long, dreaming of a grand slam on YouTube AdSense. I ain't gonna lie, I'm a starving artist, dude. I wish we all get 1099s. Then you watch stuff that people like get paid like sick, and it's like, dude, that's like, I'll take a loser ass freaking score like that to make a little bit of starving artist money. I try on things, it's like, man, I don't get jack. The best video I popped off was that cat brush, dude. That made me $270, but too bad it's over 5 years. I need to do that every video. It's like, that'd be sick. Nice. That'll be getting a shop up will be sick, brother. Yeah, that's on the next few years. They might put a unit 2 at my plant, and we keep hoping and stuff, just because there's a data center being put up by me, and it needs 400 megawatts. So we were like, hey man, let's stick another unit 2. I'd work every day for a year and a half, but house would be gone, be paid for, and then I'd do in the same boat as you. I need to put a shop up, and my son wants to move out. That's like he's possibly trying to sell the chopper, but if I put a pole barn up, I'd put an apartment in it too, in case anybody wanted to live at home. I ain't never kicking my kids out. I hope they hang with us forever, and hopefully we get a little more zeros in the account, so we can do dumb stuff like this all day. And it's all because of guys like you, men and women like you, brother. Thank you for everything, man. All the freedoms you guys gave us. My old man, he's a Marine. Thank you for everybody that serves for this country. God bless you all. Yeah, so if I put a shop up, when that happens, it'll happen. It might be within 4 years or 5 years. You know how it goes and stuff like that. I would definitely have it staged up for some kind of apartment. I try to get my mom and dad to move here from Florida because they're at the age where I would love to be helping them, and I can't get down to Florida like I need to, And so I would put like a 88 place in there. I tell my dad all the time, I'm like, move. I try to get him on VA benefits because he's earned it, but he's stubborn, and but realistic, I want him on. I'd love him at the property. I told my in-laws too. I'm like, I can build this big shop here in a few years, and once you guys sell your place, let's just pop it off. Nice. That's awesome, Bri. When you build that bikes, you gotta frickin' have it up for a little higher ceiling for when you get your dump truck and another piece of machinery to add along to the tractor. You gotta have the man cave, aka loft. Oh. Luckily, I know the guys that build a lot of the buildings and stuff like that, so I just got to come up with the money tree with some buckets of money, and I'll go moonlight with them when I get to that point in life, and ask them to fit me in for the next year. So Oh, man. The little calico's like, I just want to chill, man. You guys are wearing me out. Yo, guys, I think the fam's up. This has been a great chill morning. Appreciate all you guys. Love you. And, thanks for hanging out. I think I'm going to call this one because I actually got to go do some work now, honeydew list. But you guys enjoyed the weekend. Hopefully it goes nice and slow, and this was the hardest part of everything. I'll get you with that info, bikes, on some of the auctions when I'm on the computer, man. Thank you guys for checking in, man, and enjoy the rest of the weekend, and see you on the flip. Yeah, thanks, guys.